Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3. Last time around we kind of set the stage for what's going on in the campaign, and unfortunately we didn't get a naval battle. We did get a naval battle, unfortunately we didn't get a land battle, and the video dragged out quite a bit. Today I'm hoping to do different, so I think we're gonna start with this one and try to take Odessa, because the other one we won't really gain anything from taking these guys out, since I guess we could march on here, but I'm kind of really hesitant on opening up two fronts, because if I go here, then we open up, you know, the Austrians have 3 points of attack and so on. So I think we'll go ahead and go here. Now I should say, I haven't actually seen the reaction to the first video, but the thing is, I see a lot of comments when I ask for different factions, and they're like, oh, don't play this one, this one's always played, and I mean, it's like, oh, instead you should play this shit-ass, Rumpty Dumpty, no one cares about faction. Because no one's done it. I mean, there's a point why no one's done it, and I mean, I might be pleasant surprised to see that there's loads of people that want to see the Ottomans. But I mean, there's something, of course, to be said about interesting factions, but the rotten ass shit, bottom of the barrel scraping is probably not gonna give me massive amount of views, which of course is not everything, but it's definitely something. And I mean, Great Britain or Russia might have been certainly preferable choices to Ottomans. Is still okay. I'm not. This is episode 2, it's interesting. I like it, but I'm not entirely sure how many views I'm gonna get from this. Which is a little bit of a concern. Anyways, let's go ahead and take Odessa Little Tartary. Hopefully, that will go just fine. So there's 4,000 Russians against our 3,400. However, they have no general, and most of this is that they have a lot of light infantry. A lot of it, but then also militia. I imagine we can blow them away with the cannons and then charge in with the cavalry. And I don't know what the infantry will do, but I'll guess they'll just stand there and get shot at. Without further ado, let's attack. We're at the outskirts of a small town, and we can see the Russian force over there. So there's going to be 4,000 Russians. I have actually unusually put my troops pretty compact. We're just gonna try to avoid getting charged by the Russians and crash through our lines. And also, I'm not entirely sure what's the difference. I have a load of different troops, but I have no idea what anything is. This guy looks like he's carrying a sword, but he's not actually that sword unit that you have in standard. In vanilla. We have some sappers, probably pretty good to put up some stakes if it weren't for the fact that the Russians don't actually have any cavalry in this battle. Cavalry on the side, troops in the center. Let's start. So there's quite a lot of Russians out here. We can see they've dug in a few spots. What we're going to do, let's go ahead and crest this kind of hill that's in front of us. And I think we're gonna draw the, make the lines a little bit thicker. What I'll do is I can leave the sappers to defend the artillery. Right now we don't see the enemy, but as I move in with my troops, we'll probably be seeing more of them. And as they have a lot of light infantry, I mean, the Ottomans do have strong cavalry. That's one thing we can count on. I think we're about to shoot our own here. Nope, they did not go ahead and fire. Right, so we have a mass amount of troops here. Right now, my artillery has been only firing against the enemy general. I'll tell them to hold fire for now, and when we discover the bulk of that infantry, we'll open up fire again. Because I don't want to... I mean, we've taken one guy out of that unit. It's not that much of a point. Keep firing at them. And also, I think we should probably switch. Yes. As I thought, there's a lot more enemy infantry over on our right. So we need to start moving that way instead. And we'll see what we'll discover as we go. So our cavalry has discovered a large amount of enemy troops down here. It's a lot of the obligene and recruit musketeers. And we have some of those light units. I don't really want to go in with the cavalry first. So cavalry is gonna back off for now. We've got some obligene firing at us from the road over here. And our unit is actually suffering quite a bit from that. Cavalry will move back to here. Looks like we're gonna be outflanking the enemy army as they have moved here. I wonder if these guys will even run into any troops. We'll have the cavalry move around the enemy. We've opened fire on the obligene. We've taken out a few of them. I think with the pressure coming in on my left here, we'll be able to send them away. The thing is to be ready to hold the units that are coming from over here. Hold them just in place so that my cavalry attack can come in. Right, we've got some units here. A proper line infantry unit is moving here. 32nd Regiment. Local partisans. And if we look from up high, maybe I should move the sappers over to this side. So we got the Russians closing in. They're putting the Jaegers really close here. Definitely I need more troops over here because they're trying to outflank my troops there. And then this unit is suffering. But I think once my cavalry comes into play there, we can run them down. Yes, so these guys are suffering quite heavily from the 48th Musketeer unit over there. And I don't know what... Oh, you're firing at those guys. That's great. We're gonna pull back then. We're gonna pull back. I'm gonna put the general here to support. I think we can go ahead and... Oh shit, there's loads of them here as well. Let's have the cavalry set up right there. With the positioning, if the enemy continues to march towards our lines, that's open up for our cavalry to sweep in from the flank and just sweep them all away. I'm not entirely sure if my cannons are actually just killing my own men. We haven't been able to dislodge that center unit yet. I was lucky enough that most of the units that turned up over here has actually marched to the center and not tried to outflank us on that side. There are quite a few units here that are not engaging with the main line. As we are the only unit, or the only nation with cannons, I imagine that... Well, the arc of the cannons is certainly not the same as in Empire, so we might want to just hold fire, because I'm pretty sure we're just shooting at our own units right now. Except, of course... Oh, they're closing in. The cavalry is coming under attack here, so they will charge the Jaegers. And then I think it's time for us to charge over here. The Russians are charging in. Ooh, close range fire straight into our unit. And the Ottoman, they are breaking our center with a massive charge. Who would have thought? My cavalry is coming in, but it's probably going to come in a little bit late. We're going to reset these cannons, as we're expecting to have to fight here, firing canister at the enemy. A lot of Russian units are being pushed back, but they did push through here. If it weren't for the fact that I sent in the cavalry, which now is retreating as well, it's down to the units to hold. Which I guess is good then that I moved the general right there. Now these guys are back. This was actually stopped. The Jaegers actually stopped that one. So this Lancer charge was stopped by a unit of Jaegers. Here it seemed to have gone... Who's running now? Our cavalry is back. That's great. The Jaegers are killing this unit. Once again, the cavalry is pulling away. Oh, they've pushed through here. Another one of the enemy's Jaeger units. They've completely gone through my center. We'll have to reform immediately. We held here. But these guys need to go back, and so does the general. And my cavalry needs to move back. Right, so we've got 3 units here. We've got 3 units here. This one's getting flanked. My cavalry has yet to crush the Jaegers. Alright, did a little cheat there. Charged through them. Two units reorganizing on the hill. We're gonna pull back, we're gonna pull back. Keep pulling back. Back towards the cannons. And we're gonna pull back over here as well. Right, and this was what I considered a rather weak formation of Russian units. And I guess they had no problem at all just punching a hole through our lines. Right, switch to canister. At least this unit got a chevron. They're winded. I want to pull back these troops as well, because there's no point in having them out there. but they probably need the support of the general, at least this one. Which is supposed to be a veteran unit, actually. We'll have to charge that one. And then the cannon is going to focus in on that one.
Sir, our general is
You're going to have to focus in over there. Right, let's join the lines here. With the general and the cavalry. So we redraw the line across there with the cannons holding our flank. And hopefully that will work. Right now we're punishing the enemy with canister. It's 3 smaller Jaeger units though. Maybe you should fire canister as well. I'll tell them to specifically target the center of the units to blast them away. Right, we've got rid of that one. The cavalry can march in and mop up the remnants. Ooh, this one suffered a lot. Almost 200 men. Similar casualties over here. All across the line, in fact, we've had such casualties. But as per usual, canister is pretty darn effective at sending the enemy away. Right, the Russians have been weakened by all this fighting as well. I'm gonna move the cavalry into the flank. We'll try to avoid the obligene. And they're starting to lose momentum with those charges and other things. Oh, those bastards are back. You know what? Switch to explosive and fire for that center regiment. Sounds like Russians charging. Local partisans. So taken out by canister. And we set that one running. He's not going to come back. However, there's a lot of enemy units coming this way. We have a unit faltering over here. Now I want the cavalry to go in over there. The Russians are making their way towards our cannon position. Canister is what's going to save the day, because it's certainly not the skill of my infantry. At least we're gonna get a lot of chevrons. There looks like they're trying another attack. It's just too little too late at this point. And it looks like most Russian troops at this point are defeated. Hold your fire. Except for the howitzer. The howitzer fire over there. And then I want these 3 going over there. Right, that unit in the center broke. So many of our units got slaughtered here today. But I think it's I mean, at this point I haven't actually recruited any of my own troops. So I haven't been going through and checking what kind of troops I want in my armies. So we've probably got a mixture of militia and God knows what kind of unit. So once I actually get to reorganizing the army, then is when we can start seeing some results. So it looks like the final points is here. We got Jaeger unit. Looks like a perfect clump target for the howitzer. And then we got this Obligene, which we can run down with cavalry. 2 round shot artilleries can go ahead and shoot down whatever turns up over there. And this unit has lost so many men, it will just place it over there. We'll place the sappers out in front. Right, the cavalry is in a bad spot. And we're not going to charge, so we're going to pull them back. A lot of the Russian troops actually came back. If we could assassinate their general and kill him, that would work pretty well for us. I thought I had beat the Russians, but they are coming back. They are weakened though. If we can get that general wherever he is here and among these troops. There he is. If we can get this guy. They're getting those howitzer shots closer. This one does not like its situation. Where's the general? He needs to be moving over there. What we're going to do is we're going to put the cavalry right there. We're going to open up so the cavalry can go through our lines there and then charge directly for their general. And with the enemy's general taken out, I think we can see victory. I mean, they certainly don't look like soldiers, these guys. We need some form of uniform, armament, and there's a lot of work. Let's say that. We're gonna hold fire with that one. I think they realized what was going on. Because they pulled up another unit to defend that one, but the first guy almost to die in our charge was a Russian, was the Russian general. And that one is now running, so that means we've got 2 enemy units left. This one's going to be taken out by a charge. And now I want to concentrate all artillery fire on this one. Or you're going to be right in the way of the artillery, aren't you?
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
I don't know about glorious, but it's certainly be a victory. And now the Lancers come in to finalize the defeat of these guys. I guess what I should have done from the beginning is spread out more over here. I was expecting the enemy to have a lot of their units right here, but they didn't. The cavalry comes away with quite a few chevrons, but then again they lost hundreds of troopers. And I don't know what the final score for either side is going to be. At least Odessa is going to fall into our hands. We are going to get 2,000 gold and an extra ship that's going to be captured in the port. And there we have it. Victory. But a very costly one. Luckily, we don't have to fight any of these troops ever again, since they were in town, so they all will surrender. Right, let's go ahead and take a look at this horrible statistics. We're about to find out how many of our men died. Oh, what's that? Hurrah, hurrah, isn't that what the Russians say? The Russians lost every single man. But that's because they were defending a town, so everyone was lost. We lost almost half our force? More than half our force, I think. Highest killers goes to cavalry. Kind of need to figure out what all of these are. What the Alya means. Well, Alya is on a lot of units, but not all of them. And then I don't know the cannons, because it says 1.5 on them. It cannot be a 1.5 pounder. Because there's 1.5 and then there's 3. So 3 Oka. So this is a battery. Battaraya. Oka. 3. Is that 3 pounder? Or but then again, is this a 1.5 pounder? I don't get that. Highest losses there, below. At least we took the town. We can liberate it and create the Crimean Tatar blah blah blah, but we'll take it. I don't think we can trust that other startup nation with that. We're gonna repair, and we're definitely gonna build some roads, but the thing is, we cannot stay here for long. The Russians are building up a force up there. Luckily for us, there's not really that many Russian troops close by. What I want to do is move out. They're quite unhappy. I need the money, so we're gonna have to put some units there then. These guys, I think. That's enough to quell the nobles anyways. And then I guess we're gonna have to send in a lot of troops. Okay, that's not enough. We need yet another unit. The sappers are good. They have tremendous morale. So I guess we'll send in that one. And now the general will move back. And all these troops will get proper resupply. While these guys will hold that town in place. We've got another ship ready to join. These guys... Wait, did I not... I guess... Oh yes, they haven't been fully repaired as of yet. But this ship is gonna join them. So now we have a third ship, should be able to take that out when I have the time next turn. And then next will be us. Now I'm actually quite worried about going against Kutuzov's army, because Kutuzov has like Leibgwardy and he's got the 17th Jaeger and a lot of veteran troops, plus he's holding a river spot. But now we know at least a little bit what we can expect. I'll have to take a closer look at what kind of troops I should really be going for. Should be looking at the capital. So the cavalry was good. Could have been a little bit better though. So we definitely need more of that. And the cannons, of course. Busniali Kesikinisaldarpla, light infantry. 24 accuracy, that's pretty good. 25 morale. These light troops of the Ottomans' new model army are equipped and trained in the latest European fashion. That sounds good. New model army. You can fire an arrow 800 meters. Their range is actually just 100, so they are worse than the muskets. So, I don't know if we should really... Janissaries are professional soldiers, but that's old guard, I would say. This guy is new model army. And Janissary, that's old then. And these are new model army as well. Not very good though. 10 morale. I guess as we can upgrade to get... What do we get then? Guess we just get... I don't know. Doesn't really seem like we get a lot. That was that Turk... Oh, that's that guy. I guess we... No, we couldn't really... Damn it. When do I get good troops? Do I have to... I'll probably have to go through all of this to get some better troops. Which is gonna take quite a while. Anyways, enough talking about that. I'll try to figure that out in between this one and the next. And I'll try to set up or recruit troops. Something. Anyways, hope you still enjoy this one. And hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Our men are running from